Street Fighter V, lack of arcade edition.
So yeah, Street Fighter V is now out, and what a lackluster launch it is. One of the worst launches of 2016. Now, of course, to be fair, they did kind of mention that the game wasn't going to be like, complete at launch, which is understandable considering the notice that they gave us ahead of time. But no arcade? What we didn't expect was the game to be completely unplayable at the launch. I think I've heard that they released it this early so that it can be released early enough for pro gamers or tournament players to be able to practice and use it in any tournaments that are coming up. I guess what they didn't count on is how just lackluster even online play was. All we have really is just training and survival to build up on our skills, because the CPU in the cookie crumb size of story mode pieces to choose from, the computer in there is easy as hell. I can't even remember if there was a difficulty setting for story mode, because I remember in Street Fighter 4, story mode or arcade mode had difficulty selections for you. Here it's like almost non-existent. Now the characters, some of them have been highly anticipated to return, like Armika or Karen, but just having it at that, 16 characters, that's not a lot by today's Street Fighter standards. There's a lot of people out there who were really highly anticipating the release of this game to be able to play as their husbandos or their waifus. You can't even play a friend online, much less find them, even if you type in your fighter ID correctly, even if it's case sensitive. Now, of course, there's going to be future DLC coming along, and they said it can either be earnable within in-game money or just buy DLC like the old-fashioned way. Why did we spend $60 for an unfinished game? Now, me personally, I listen to a lot of YouTubers and read a lot of reviews months in advance before a title that I want is going to come out. And I've been very careful with my money so far. I haven't really bought anything that I regret in over a year's time. But this was the first. I knew that Capcom said that they weren't going to release the game, with all the modes or all the characters coming out at the launch of Street Fighter V. That I knew. I didn't expect was the game to be completely unplayable even in offline mode. Yes, you got your little story, but it's incomplete because they have some characters that haven't been released yet, or those that are going to be post-launch, whichever you want to call it, part of the character storyline. Like, for example, one of the characters plays against Ibuki, and because Ibuki hasn't been released yet, the game cuts the story off right there. I've even seen other YouTubers who are trashing this game for the condition of its launch, even knowing the information that Capcom gave us that the game wasn't going to be complete at all at the launch. They at least expected the game to be playable offline, and it's not even that. I feel like this game was rushed. You couldn't have waited a month. Like I said earlier, I know that they put this game out this early so they can give professional gamers time to practice, train, and even use the game in tournaments. But that's no excuse for giving the game no arcade mode.
Lack of arcade edition.
I can't even do challenges. Learn the moveset how I am. I'm just thumbling my town. trials, whatever you want to call them, that is locked right now. The store is locked too. I can't touch them. I can't even, I don't know, think what I'm gonna do to them. And multiplayer online? Oh my fucking god! They can't even get that right. I'm sure someone at Capcom knew that there was going to be heavy traffic on the first few days. Hell, we're still in the first few days after the production of this video, but they needed to have the strong servers who can handle that much traffic. However large it may be, maybe it exceeded the expectations. I don't know, but I hope that does get fixed. I couldn't even play my friend online. And I sent him invites. He was laughing his ass off. I was laughing too. I can't even know what to... It made no fun. You couldn't even create a lounge, much less keep it up for someone to find before it kicks you off. It makes as much sense as a Pablo Chew. What is a Pablo Chew? Exactly. Anyway, I'm not going to go into every single little detail that's wrong with this because it's a fucking laundry list. But all I can say is coming March, I'll probably do an update video to see how much has changed. And they said, or more specifically, the executive producer Ono, Yoshihiro Ono, I hope I'm saying the name right, said that by June, the game should really have all of its content up and hopefully fixed. I highly doubt by June it's going to get its last patch, because even Street Fighter 4 was still getting patches after even the final characters were released for it, DLC wise. So in the meantime, for any of you guys who have bought Street Fighter 5, I guess it's now forcing you just to put the game back on your game shelf and waiting until March and going back to Fallout 4, like I am. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, listening, tolerating with me. I'll see you next time.